What's going on? It's your boy Flyman Ran, 1/3 of Down to the Wire 513. Just wanted to hop in here real quick and talk to you guys about the Portland Trailblazers, man. I was really hoping and really pulling for them in the draft lottery. Hoping they get the number 1 pick so they get draft rights to draft Victor Wembanyama. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They got the 3rd pick, so they are in a bit of a conundrum right now, going through whether they should trade that pick or trade Dame Lillard. They seem like they were pretty gung-ho and keeping Dame and trading that pick to try to land a marquee small forward. I don't think that pick packaged for anything else they have on the roster, it's going to be good enough to get them that marquee small forward. It's going to put them over the top along with Dame. I think you would need to keep a guy like Anthony Simons, or re-sign a guy like Jeremy Grant to go along with Dame and that superstar power forward they plan on getting. And I don't think it's any way you can get a package together. It's going to keep the team strong enough along with Dame and that player, while trading those players away. So I think it makes the most sense for them to go ahead and part ways with Damian Lillard. I know he doesn't want to leave. I know the fan base really doesn't want him to leave either. But at this point, it's just time. He's had a good run there. He's been a great leader of the franchise, been a great role model for kids in the community as well. I'm sure they, don't really want to do this, but it's just the best decision for them to make as a franchise. Right now with him on the roster, they really can't make any moves to really plunge into their future. They have a lot of good young players like a Shaedon Sharpe, like an Anthony Simons. If they keep this 3rd pick, they can get possibly a Scoot Henderson or a Brandon Miller to come in and, go along with this young core they already have. He wants to be in a spot where he can win. And the roster just isn't good enough in the West to get anything done with Dame at the helm, honestly. They don't have any assets, really to make moves either. And Portland, as we all know, is not a good free agent destination, so they have a hard time there as well. I think it's time. It's time for them to just pull the plug on the Dame era in Portland. You can get a great package for Dame, and that's my reason also for wanting to trade Dame over that pick. You can get a lot more than you can, for Dame than you can for that pick. You look at the trade packages, in the past 2-3 years for superstars. Teams are getting 4 and 5 picks, along with more players, young players to come along as well. So, look at a team like a Philly who needs a closer. You can get some draft picks from Philly, possibly get Tyrese Maxey out of the trade as well. Get Dame over there with Joel Embiid. If you look at Miami for Dame, I'm sure you can get some good draft picks from Miami. If you look at their roster now, they're overperforming in the playoffs. If you ask me, they're overachieving. You got guys like Gabe Vincent, guys like Max Strus they can get. If I'm Portland, I would definitely look at shopping Dame this summer and seeing what kind of package you can garner for him. I know you don't want to, but like I said, he doesn't want to be in a rebuild situation. And no matter what they do, they're going to be in a rebuild situation. Even if they keep Dame at this point, it's going to be a rebuild. They're not going to win a championship in the next 4 years. I don't see that happening unless they would have got Wemby, which is why I was pulling for him, honestly. I really wanted them to get that top pick, be able to get Wemby. He's ready to win rings now, as he says. We'll talk about that later if he's actually ready to come in the league and be productive. But he's ready to win now. That's the only player I saw in this draft that I think can come in and make that kind of an impact. Even I don't think he can do that, honestly, but he's the only player with that potential. I love Scoot Henderson as well. If I'm them, that's who I would go with. If he's there number 3, I know it's tough to kind of wait it out, but if he's there number 3, I would definitely look to move Dame and bring in Scoot and have Scoot be the next face of the franchise. I think he's going to be a solid all-star. Don't want to jump the bridge and say superstar just yet. He's at least going to be an all-star in the NBA. So it may be best for them to go ahead and pull that plug on Dame and get a Scoot if he's there at number 3. I'm not that sold on Brandon Miller, to be honest with you. So if he goes number 2 and they're stuck with him at number 3, then again, I'm not that sold. I do think he's going to be a good NBA player, but he definitely has a high ceiling. But will he reach all the potential they're saying he's going to reach? I'm just not super sure on it. They're saying this is a 3-star draft. We've seen drafts in the past where guys slide down and it's, you get superstar in, the late lottery or even the second round. If you look at Jokic and guys like that, second round draft picks. So, you can still get lucky in the later rounds of the draft, or later in the draft, later the first round, later in the lottery, but for this, as far as it goes for Dame in Portland, I think it's time for them to go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off, and move on to the next era. Yo, don't miss out on any more of this dope content. Make sure you subscribe and follow, like, share, save, all that good stuff, man. Peace.